Coming up on the CHGO Cubs Podcast, presented by Toyota, it's Cubs Giving, the Cubs Giving special. It's Cubs mashing taters, it's leftovers for everyone, and the annual Thanksgiving holiday draft. What a tradition. You're stuffing your face with CHGO Cubs next. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? It's the CHGO Cubs Podcast. The day before Thanksgiving, we're presented by Toyota as always, and it is, a special day, a big travel day in our country. Joey already tackled the traveling world out there. Big storm apparently on the way, but it is, more importantly, Cubs Giving as we brace for the holiday season. Thanksgiving's tomorrow, and Joey Christopoulos and I will put together a little show here for you. And we've got Sean Anderson running the ones and twos. We're all remote. Joey tackled the travel part. You drove to Pittsburgh today?
Did we drive to Pittsburgh or did the wind push me to Pittsburgh? There's some real weather coming. We don't know if it's going to hit the East Coast. You would know better than I would with your past meteorological experience. But no, we left at 4:30 this morning to get to Pittsburgh. We're here for the next couple of days. And I tell you, driving through Indiana and Ohio, it was a po-po paradise, man. They were pulling people over left and right.
Really?
So nice little early holiday tickets were being dished out across several states this morning.
Happy holidays to everyone out there, including those of you that got tickets driving east today. So here's what I think about we didn't want to tell people this, but I guess we might let it slip. Joey's actually in Pittsburgh to work on that Skubal to Shaw trade for Craig Brindle. Like he's facilitating that over the holiday season. That's what we're working on. Hi to everybody in the live YouTube chat. I see that, Craig is here. He's already talking about Jordo's here. Becky's here. Hope everybody has a happy holiday season. If you are traveling, please travel safely. So what are we doing today? Well, it's obviously Thanksgiving themed, right? Because what else are you going to do? Hopefully no big deals today, but if something big happens, we jump back in here and maybe do if it's big enough, like if Schwarber signs, we will do an emergency podcast.
If it's Jose Quintana, maybe like a 7-minute emergency pod.
He's like maybe a break in between sandwiches tomorrow,
Yeah.
We have the big draft coming. I know everybody's been waiting for that for 364 days, and we're all sitting there, and here it is. It's finally going to be here. But I thought we could just start with some baseball themes, and we'll go with we're thankful for, I'll take seconds, please, and no thanks. I don't want any. And we'll start, Joey, with mashed taters. All right? Yes. Mashed taters. We're thankful for mashed taters. And where are we thankful for these mashed taters? Well, the easy and obvious choice is Gage Tater Workman for those mashed taters in the Cactus League that got us all so excited about the potential of finding a diamond in the rough to play third base so we could trade Shaw because he was going to hit 35 home runs at third base and play Gold Glove. Gage Tater Workman eventually ended up on the White Sox and eventually ended up off the White Sox.
I believe he ended up overseas. I believe he ended up thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away, which also Gage Workman, the Gage Workman also feels like it's thousands and thousands of years ago. That's
it really does seem like a long time ago. Yeah. I was ready to print the tater. I'm just here for the taters. Gage Workman. Now, the other thing I thought is finally we had a team, speaking of taters.
Also, real quick,
just for 30 home runs guys, but no 40 home run guy. I thought PCA was going to get there, but we still ended up with Bush at 34. Thankful for that. Seiya at 32 and PCA at 31.
Also true.
I would say the Cubs are nowhere without those guys hitting that type of home run production. And Sean has something growing out the side of his head. It's some sort of cone.
It's my headphones. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
yeah, I do now.
Okay, sorry, my bad. No, I just wanted to jump in. Gage Workman, not thousands of miles away. Toledo is not that far.
Oh, you probably passed him on the way.
Yeah, I probably did.
Yeah, he might have been pulled over by the cop.
I was
For
about to
going
say,
too
he might be the one pulling me over. He might become a police officer.
Craig Brindle said he was no Nick Madrigal. I would just say this:
Truth.
without the power surge from the guys that they got at getting 31 from PCA, and I don't think a lot of us expect that again next year, or say as 32, or the big season from Michael Busch. I don't know that the Cubs end up in the postseason without that power surge from certain guys, and that includes getting like 17 from Carson Kelly and other catchers. So like, power was a real thing on this team. It was just kind of divided up, and they had enough of it to get them to the postseason.
Especially from Michael Busch, who has had such an interesting ascendance, right, over the last 2 years, where you can now make the argument or the case that if he isn't the best offensive player for the Cubs, he might be number 2 right now in this lineup. I mean, we'll see what happens with PCA. I think you would have that conversation between Seiya and Michael Busch. So that's impressive on its own. I was going to go also with a single serving of mashed taters. How about that Justin Turner walk-off?
Oh,
I mean, if you're going to,
yeah.
I mean, locker room leadership, the presence, some of the
those are old taters. That's what old mashed taters.
Those were old taters with maybe a couple spuds on them towards the tail end there. But hey, you know what? That Justin Turner walk-off, that's just a cool memory. And when you think about this 92-win season, you got to have some cool moments along the way. And I definitely think that ends up in the montage or the 2025 Cubs hype video. Justin Turner's tater definitely gets in there.
Gage Workman got to start it, though. Tater, if your name's Tater, you got to start the Tater video. As for who we're expecting, we would like more taters. Second helping, please. Again, Nico makes this list for me. I still love his season. His season was nearly spectacular, some would say, but I still wish he would have more power than 7 home runs. I still could we get to 15? You know, like could we double that and get to 14 next season? And in reality, I am very concerned that Seiya, PCA, and Busch won't be able to all hit the 30 mark next year, and you won't get 17 from Carson Kelly. So where am I getting more mashed taters, please? Kyle Schwarber. Yeah. We need a guy that legit can hit 40. You know, I think even though PCA I thought was there, I would agree with you that Busch is the most likely guy to push 40 home runs, but it's way more likely that you get it if you sign Kyle Schwarber.
King Potato, right? I mean, that's who Kyle Schwarber is. And I keep like going through my head of like, it continues. I'm going to keep leading the campaign and the charge that it just makes too much sense. There were a couple of reports today that maybe a reunion with the Phillies and Schwarber maybe isn't as likely or as a slam dunk as maybe it was thought of a week ago. Read into that however you want. And you can always play the narrative of, well, we don't want to pay for past performance. We want to pay for future production. And the guy hit 56 home runs last year. Michael Busch led the Chicago Cubs with 34 home runs. That's a 22 home run difference. So even if you said to me, let's regress that by half.
Yeah.
He's still hitting over 40 bombs. Let's say in his year 36 season, he's only hitting 36 or 38 home runs. That's still leading the Chicago Cubs in home runs and mashed taters. So, and he's a homegrown dude. And he has a possibility to maybe be in a home run derby when the Chicago Cubs host an all-star game at Wrigley Field in the next couple of years. Like, it just keeps lining it up. And I'm sorry, maybe this is the tryptophan already kicking in a little bit. Like, I'm going to stay delusional about this until he signs on the dotted line with somebody else, because you're right. I mean, Kyle Schwarber, it makes sense. It makes too much sense. It's the mashed potatoes. You're not leaving the buffet line. You're not leaving the Thanksgiving line without mashed potatoes. You should not leave the free agency without Kyle Schwarber.
Right. Frankly, Schwarber is the gravy and the taters and the second helping. So more taters, please. That would be Schwarber. And I said maybe we'll get a couple more from Nico next year. As for no thanks, I'll pass on the taters. That's too many carbs. That fits in with Shota in the postseason, specifically against the Brewers. When Andrew Vaughn hits a home run, thanks, I'll pass on those carbs. I don't need them. Appreciate it. Is there anybody else that gave up just a few too many taters for your liking?
Well, you also categorize this as, Jameson Taillon has a propensity to dish out the Tate every once in a while. Jameson Taillon will give up a tater from time to time, for sure. You also categorize this as like a no thank you, I'll pass, I'm stuffed. And I wanted to throw out an honorable mention of no thank you, I'll pass on a couple of the decisions Craig Counsell made in the NLDS with the Brewers. Specifically starting Matthew Boyd on short rest. And more specifically, it didn't really burn him, but it just really ticked me off that him not starting Michael Busch, it just bothered me. The guy led your team in WRC plus. We just finished talking about how he was the Tater Titan of the Cubs of this past season. And the Brewers tried to have you, called your bluff or, try to push you in and have you make a decision. And not only did they do it once, but the lineup turned back over and Justin Turner got another at bat in that game. Granted, he singled to left field. So, okay, maybe 1 for 2, but no, thank you. I'll pass on maybe some of the reflexive decisions that Craig Counsell made in the NLDS.
We love the taters. We'll pass on the spuds. Those were spuds right there. Okay.
Yeah. And we'll pass on the Presley. Can we pass on the Presley too?
Ask the Presley, please. Never mind. Just put it over on the side table and let everybody forget about it.
Take it.
That's the relative that shows up at your house with the food, and you're like, "Where should I put it?" And you'd be like, "Right over there, right?
Yeah.
Put that weird looking Jello over there."
You made that? No, I'm gonna get to it. No,
yeah.
the
meal's all done, and we forgot that Jello with the cat litter mixed in. Christmas Vacation reference. So you can't have Cubs giving without a main course. And so the mashed potatoes you can't have that either. You gotta have some mashed taters. But the main course for me is what we really gained from the 2025 season. And while easily you could say, well, that is a playoff appearance. That's for sure. But I think what we really gained was progress from PCA, progress from Cade Horton, progress from Daniel Palencia, 3 young players that could be part of your core on the next great Cubs team. If we aren't there next year, that's still, I could see those 3 guys and put Busch in there too, 4 guys, and say, wow, the progress from those 4 was really impressive. And that's the main course for our Cubs giving. That's what I'm most thankful for, is the development of those 4 players specifically.
I have to be in lockstep and agree with you, right? Because I still am traumatized a little bit from the great exodus of 2021, when they not only didn't re-sign anyone from the Cubby core, they traded everybody, right? Like, there was no Rizzo on my plate. There was no more KB on my plate. There was no more Javi Baez. All these guys were gone. So when you tear it down and you take that step back, you try and replenish it with young players. And Luke, what we've seen over the last, season and a half are not only these players graduating to the big leagues, but now, PCA starting an all-star game. Cade Horton putting up a second half that had numbers that were similar to Jake Arrieta's peak in 2015. I'll even throw Matt Shaw in there. You graduated a player that was a draft pick, a homegrown player to play third base, and he still has to take that next step, right? But I think we saw a couple of glimpses that have me wrapping my head around, I understand why the Chicago Cubs were so high on him. I understand why the Cubs don't want to package him in a trade. I'd like to see where that goes. And now, in terms of that main course, can you envelope an Owen Casey or a Moises Ballesteros or a Jackson Wiggins? Are there more players coming? So they have that veteran core, but you're right. Nothing's going to sustain this or keep this rolling without that young core of players. And this is honestly what we've been waiting. You've done shows through the darkness of 2022, right? Like in 2021. And like, seriously, man. And like that's what you wait for as a Cubs fan, to have those young players come up and have it come to fruition. So I'm with you. I think that's the main course, right? That's what we're sitting on for right now.
All right, we still have to get to the stuffing, which I see in the chat. Becky says she likes stuffing. We still have to get to the gravy of the 2025 season, and we still need to get to all of the season's leftovers. That's all before we get to the CHGO Cubs Thanksgiving Day holiday draft. It's all coming up next. But first, we're so thankful for all of our great sponsors here at CHGO Cubs. Let's take a break for them. Toyota-thon is on. Get your Toyota while the getting's good. Score value on the versatile RAV4, America's #1 selling vehicle. Ride with Tacoma, our rugged weekend warrior, or hit the road with Camrys available, all-wheel drive in this nasty weather. Red hot savings are ready for you at Toyota-thon. Visit your Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. What a time it is in the history of our world to become a CHGO diehard. Upgrade your fandom today. Get access to our exclusive written content, a free t-shirt, plenty of discounts on future merch events, plus access to our Discord lounge. There is a deal going on right now. The Black Friday deal is already up for the diehards. They get first shot at everything. Go to allchgo.com for the latest information on how you can join the thousands of CHGO diehards already in our community. We want to connect with you on this holiday season and all year long, more than ever.
And hey, Chicago sports fans, it's Turkey Day, but it's also football day. And with the Bet365 early payout offer, you're a winner if any of those teams tomorrow goes up by 17 points with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. So download the app, use code CHGO365 when you sign up. They also have the Sunday Night Football $365K jackpot. So place a $10 bet on the first touchdown scored and get a split of the $365K in bonus bets if your player scores the final touchdown of the game. Monday Night Football, they also got you covered. 50% super profit boost token on same game parlay. So double your winnings on parlays with that 100% parlay boost. Download the app. Use code CHGO365 when you sign up, because whenever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And when you use code CHGO365, deposit $10, place a bet for $5. You get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses, and it can be used on spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, never ordinary. Bet365 must be 21 plus or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling, referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, in-app only.
Back on the CHGO Cubs podcast, it is Cubs giving, and before we get to the stuffing and the gravy and all the season's leftovers, I do want to remind people about that merch sale I mentioned earlier today, that the diehards already have early access to our Black Friday sale and Cyber Monday. You can save up to 90% on some of the merch that is in our closet right now. You should be stuffing your closet. That's right, Joey, right there. There's the collegiate black and white hoodie. I have the same hoodie. Stuff your closets, stuff your dressers, stuff your pockets with the CHGO Cubs, and it's just CHGO, I guess. Black Friday sale and also Cyber Monday. Great deals to be had out there. Ron checking in says, I'll check that out. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to Ron. Make sure everybody travels safely. Joey already made it out to Pittsburgh. So we already did the mashed taters of the season. We've done the main course, we think. And stuffing is really simple for me, Joey. I am still stuffed with Cubs rally cake from Portillo's. Okay. It's going to impact how much I can take in, even for Thanksgiving holiday, right? They just kept sending cakes and food and cakes. And it was working for 2 rounds of the postseason. It was working gloriously. And I just kept stuffing chocolate cake in my face. That is my stuffing for the season. Do you have a stuffing thing you would like to put in there?
The thing too, Luke, and behind the scenes for everybody watching, I did not have to make these. These were already preloaded. We just have pre-canned photos of Luke
with cake,
especially this one.
I mean, wouldn't it
make this your LinkedIn profile? Mercy.
Yeah, wouldn't it be wonderful to show up to Thanksgiving? Everybody's expecting a little apple pie, and you walk in with the salted caramel and a chocolate cake, and all of a sudden everybody's like, keep your homemade pie.
I love the fact that that's our technical difficulties montage graphic is just that light piano elevator music and just pictures of you eating cake. Like, da, 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 da. We'll be right back. Da, 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 da. In terms of your stuffing, I love the comment here from our guy, Corey Seacrest here. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Hopefully we'll be stuffing the bullpen with more arms this offseason. So, yes, I was going to follow a similar theme. Like, I just want my 2026 Cubs to be stuffed with more talent, more depth, more arms, higher velocity. A guy that can provide some thump at the DH position, a veteran per se, a guy at the top of the rotation that can mix in with all these other guys that we've been, saying, are they 3? Are they 4? Are they 5? Give me a 1. Right? Give me a 1 to pair with Cade Horton. That's what I want to stuff into my 2026 Cubs and also remake the bullpen too as well. Happy Thanksgiving, Corey. I like that comment.
Does anybody call it dressing? Is that an old-fashioned term? I call it stuffing, but old people used to call it dressing.
Yeah, no.
You would dress your bird, right? You would just kind of dress the bird with it. No, you're a stuffing guy?
I love stuffing. And there's a bunch of different ways that you can do it, right? Like some people like to incorporate some fruits, you know what I mean, into the stuffing, or I'm not quite there on that. Yeah. Cranberries are cool. But no, I've always called it stuffing.
My mother-in-law makes one with sausage in it. Spectacular.
Ooh, okay, now we're talking. Yeah. Now we're talking.
As for the gravy, for me, the gravy at our Cubs giving is just the bonus of, after that, it's all gravy. What we got from Keller, Pomeranz, Reese McGuire, gravy. Like, expected 0 out of those guys, and instead they took our mashed potatoes and they cranked them to a new level. They took our stuffing, and instead of just dry bread, it made it a magical piece of the meal. It took the turkey, which might have been slightly overcooked at times, and it made it perfect again with the gravy. Gravy, gravy, gravy. They were things we didn't expect, but they made everything about the Cubs better.
My that's all gravy. There's kind of 2, but the one that I'm going to really lock in on is I got to go Carson Kelly's first half.
Yeah.
Because after that first half, my expectations were off the board. I wasn't the one sitting here saying, hey, can he keep it going at this pace? Because frankly, he never had before in his career at the major league level. I mean, he put together a first half that was so impressive with an on-base percentage. I believe it was hovering over 38%, with a slugging percentage at least over 450, and a guy who, honestly, hometown kid makes good, came out of nowhere, and there was talk about could he possibly be not just an all-star, but maybe the starting catcher in the National League, because his numbers were really that good. Now, I'm not going to step on what I think we're going to spend a lot of time on Monday's episode. So after the holiday and everyone spends time with their family, check back in with us for Monday's episode here on CHGO Cubs, because when you start looking at the 2026 projections, the steamer projections, and you look at what Carson Kelly's expected to do, it's a comeback to earth. I'll just tease it like that. So the fact that he gave us the first half that he did, and even after, on top of that, Miguel Amaya got hurt with that oblique injury. It was really, and then they brought in Reese McGuire, who filled in admirably. And honestly, the gravy too should go to that catching position offensively, because we got pretty good production. I think we had 20 to 24 home runs. And off the top of my head, I don't have the RBIs of what the catching position those 3 guys gave us all season long. But I can tell you it was above average. And I do want to give a little bit to like Cade Horton, but Cade Horton got hurt towards the end. It was the second half. I'm going to go first half Carson Kelly, because I think that gravy train might have sailed a little bit. And I think expectations for Cubs fans may be a little bit too high for that veteran catcher who, as you said multiple times, he came in as a backup. And what they asked him to do was borderline Herculean, really. And then he still showed up in the playoffs and hit a bomb. I mean, nobody thought they were getting that from Carson Kelly, and he delivered. He was my gravy.
Mike Taylor says stuffing is cooked inside the bird while dressing is baked in a separate dish, according to AI. Well, thank you. We appreciate that information. Very important. Very
Thanks,
important.
robots.
Sean says the Cubs are ranked 8th in catcher RBIs. You know what else would have been gravy? Real gravy would have been beating the Brewers, and I would drink that gravy straight from the cup.
Oh,
It would make me sick, but I would drink it all the way to its core, and that would be a real party. But as for the other things, the season's leftovers, we will get to those in just 1 second. Then our draft is coming up. But first, we again super thankful for our sponsors here at CHGO Cubs. It's the CHGO Cubs Podcast. Cubs Giving. We're thankful for you. Hey, forget one day only. Black Friday is going on all month long at Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake. Come in today to shop the Black Friday sales event and drive home with 10 to 30% off MSRP on new Chevy models, plus no payments for 120 days. Or check out their selection of over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. How about that? And with one of the Chicago area's largest Chevy inventories, you're going to find the perfect vehicle for you. And as one of the top selling Chevy dealers in the Midwest, they keep their prices very competitive. So you know you're going to get a great deal. Plus, Ray's Price Promise lets you shop confidently. The price you see is the price you pay. Go see for yourself. Visit our partner at their convenient location on Route 12 in Fox Lake. And don't miss their Black Friday sales event going on all month long. 10 to 30% off MSRP on new Chevy models, plus no payments for 120 days. Shop Ray Chevrolet Fox Lake or raychevrolet.com. Serving the community since 1963. Together, let's drive.
And Luke, we all know that moment. You know, you have too much turkey. You're nodding off. You roll over on the nap and you crush your favorite pair of sunglasses. Or maybe you leave them on the roof of your car. You're at the gas station 3 states away. I just drove to Pittsburgh today. It's probably in Indiana right now. But then I found Shady Rays and it changed the game. These sunglasses, they're made for real life. They're seriously good looking, polarized, durable, and not stupidly expensive. And here's the wild part. If you roll over them and break them, or if you leave them in Indiana, even on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. So now we all, and myself, can wear our sunglasses in style, without fear, with confidence, on hikes, concerts, boat, wherever it is. Shady Rays is the eyewear that has your back. So CHGO has teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com. Use code CHGO. You'll get 35% off polarized sunglasses. Trust me, try it for yourself. These are shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
Back on the CHGO Cubs podcast, it's Cubs Giving. We're going through our turkey-related, Thanksgiving-related Cubs-themed show for Cubs Giving, and we will have our draft in just a second. Craig Brindle says, Willie Castro is the cranberry sauce. Nobody's sure how it got on the plate or why anyone likes it. Oh, come on, Craig.
Shots fired.
Like, shots fired. That's because you haven't had my homemade cranberry sauce. The stuff from the can, sure. Nobody wants that on their plate. But homemade cranberry sauce,
what about like
a little bit of turkey, a little bit of mashed potatoes, a little bit of dressing.
When people go off the board on the vegetables is when it can get a little dicey, right?
Yeah.
Like green bean casserole, classic. You can even do like, grilled or, steamed green beans. You can do that if you want to. I think asparagus is okay. I think Brussels sprouts are okay. You're starting to push it a little bit, but when you start kind of bringing out like okra and things like that, that's when
you're in the South. You're bringing out okra, you're in the South.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so we're doing the season's leftovers now, and I would say that for me means, hey, this is just more advice for the Cubs. The season's leftovers. Save room for dessert on Thanksgiving. Don't save room for 2035. Was that the quote?
2032.
Yeah, 2032. That was the worst quote of the season. No question about it. Those are the leftovers that you can keep in your fridge and they spoil for 2 weeks because nobody wanted to touch them. I don't want to wait till 2032. I want to do it in 2026. And let's make this team look like that in the offseason.
Yeah, that's a great call. Really quick, we had this discussion in the office. Let's have it right here on the show.
Okay.
Hot take. Leftover Thanksgiving plate
Yeah.
sneaky better than actual Thanksgiving plate.
It is. Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. The gravy's had a little time to sit. The first time I go through the first plate, I attack it so quickly that I don't even taste it. I don't even taste it. It's like it didn't even happen. Then I let that sit for a second and I say, wow, that was good. And you know what things were elite that particular year. Like you might find out, we overcooked the bird. I don't need as much turkey, but the mashed potatoes, those were spectacular. Or the stuffing, that was really good. Or yada, yada, yada. Yes, I believe the leftovers, especially the second round or the next day or the day after that, somehow they hit the spot even better for me.
I'm with you because 2 reasons. One, the leftover plate, often eaten alone. No shame. No guilt.
Yeah. No
go
manner.
for it, right?
No manner.
Yeah. No manner, right? Like
you're licking gravy off your fingers, the works, right?
When you're younger, you can rip through the first plate and go to the second plate automatically. And it's like a compliment. It's like a sign of like, oh, well, he must really like it. Like, go for it. Go get that second plate, young man. As you get older, a little more shame starts to kind of trickle in a little bit. Oh, look who's already going back. Look who's ready for more. So the leftover meal, you're eating it alone, which is beautiful. And also, like, you can have a lot of amazing meals. You can have a great Thanksgiving meal with all the stuff on your plate. But anything, just leftovers in general. There are rarely 4 or 5 different things on your plate at the same time. So it is a Hall of Fame leftover meal.
Oh, yeah.
And just like on the show Friends, I got really into making it like a sandwich. Like I would get some really nice like sourdough bread, toast it up, put some butter on it, and then just kind of do layer city. Little stuffing, little turkey, little mashed potato, corn, whatever it is, slice it in half, and I'm in heaven. So as much as I enjoy the Thanksgiving meal, I will say that the leftover meal, sneaky might be better. Yeah, allows you to get creative. Thank you, Corey. In terms of the save room for dessert, I mean, you know, just the Cubs just blowing my hair back with this Phil Maton news. I mean, like, slow down, guys. Save room for dessert.
Yeah.
Don't overload me on Maton.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of whipped cream there with all that Maton.
Oh boy. Yeah. I need tell me there's something more. Tell me there's a pumpkin pie. There's a Dylan C's pumpkin pie coming out there. That's all I'm hoping for in that regard.
Sean was gonna jump in and then he went away. He was gonna jump in and then he went away. You back?
My whole setup is screwed up. Joey is just overfilled on Phil Maton's uniqueness.
Uniqueness score. Was it 97? Is that what we said? 97?
It was a 97 uniqueness score.
Yeah.
Which is very, that's kind of like a stuffing, or that's kind of like a
Brendan's celebrating that uniqueness score this holiday season. Who are we? You know, part of Thanksgiving is certainly the nap that you get to take after the tryptophan. Who are we napping on from 2025? Who should we be a little more eyes open, a little more wide? Is Shaw the most napping? Are we napping on Shaw after the finish? Are we napping on PCA after the finish? Are we napping on Shota after the finish?
That's a great question.
Or other teams maybe saying, they're short there, right?
So I think when you talk about Matt Shaw, I think that's a fair candidate. One, if you ask the Chicago Cubs, they'll tell you that we're all napping on Matt Shaw, and they think that he's the real deal. And he was a guy who I think a lot of people enjoyed picking as a possible dark horse to win Rookie of the Year. I love Matt Shaw's competitiveness. I love the glove at third base. When you watch him run the bases, he is literally like running in the movie Running Man, or so he is booking it for his life. He is like the anti Rafael Devers, right? So if he can just get that swing, get that swing a little bit more on the consistent side, get a little bit more in control of the zone, get a little bit more seasoning, some more at bats. Yeah, maybe he's a guy who will be hopefully maybe, Nico Horner type that in 3-4 years we'll be saying this guy is a core piece of our lineup, and maybe he's no longer a 9-hitter. Maybe he's one day. I don't know if he's a future leadoff guy or whatever it is, but maybe he's a little bit more of a contributor. Another guy that I would just want to throw out there that you like a whole lot too as well. And this was a guy who had the season from hell. And I'm still intrigued by Porter Hodge.
Me too.
Porter Hodge was a guy who really came on, what was it? Well, not typically not last season, but now 2 seasons ago, 2024, right? And he was a guy that worked really hard, got an opportunity, and ran with it. And then got to this season and a myriad of injuries, shoulder, oblique at first, and just never really got an opportunity to get right. And even when he did get right, he was ineffective. We'll never know if he's 100%, and we'll never know if he was pushing a little bit too hard, that now that I'm back, I got to make up for missed time. I had a role in this thing. I need to keep my role. I want to have a career. I want to be a productive baseball player. I just don't think he got a fair shake this year. Clean offseason, healthy offseason, come on back, and maybe he's an in-house option for this Cubs bullpen that, again, we need guys that throw hard. Maybe it can be a Porter Hodge. And maybe I'll throw that out there as maybe a guy that we're napping on. And then maybe a small one on top of that. People saying that Shota's career is toast. Maybe we're napping a little bit on a slight little bounce back from Shota.
I'm with Corey in the live YouTube chat here at the all-new CHGO Cubs YouTube channel.
Corey crushing it today.
Tell a total stranger. The nap, maybe people are taking a nap on Justin Steele, bouncing back. Or could you say that nap that we had in 2025 at the holiday season actually turned into a nightmare season for Steele? I would say Amaya, like their nap turned into the kind of nap you don't want, but scary things you don't want. So hopefully happier naps for Steele and Amaya, that they are just healthier in 2026. One more thing before we get to the draft. Let's do the wishbone. Okay?
Yes.
Break the wishbone. We used to do that. Mom would give us the wishbone and say, let it dry out and crack it. Whoever gets the longer end gets the wish.
And typically, very quickly, it is supposed to be a silent wish. But in the parlance of our times, and with microphones in front of our face, we are going to verbalize. Wishbone. We are going to express and verbalize. Yeah, no actual wishbone.
And no actual wishbone here today. Go ahead. What is your wishbone for 2026?
I mean, let's go big or let's go home. Frontline starter, big time bat, a double tap from the Chicago Cubs that just out of nowhere. And there is a bit of there is a back history of the Chicago Cubs back channeling, working in the shadows. They seem to love to do it with their managers, right?
Lurking.
Like we never seem to know when they got Joe Madden. We never seem to know that, oh my God, they just fired David Ross and now they're bringing in Craig Counsell. No one saw that coming. So my wishbone is a no one sees it coming move, and 2 of them for the Cubs. And I've been saying it for over a year. Me and you have been having this conversation. We would have it quietly in the regular season because we didn't know what was going to happen with Kyle Tucker. But we would have the conversation. Would you rather have Kyle Tucker for $500 million? Or would you rather have Kyle Schwarber and Dylan Cease for $400 million? Kyle Tucker looks like he asked for the check at Thanksgiving dinner, and they're like, what? That's weird and strange. And he just left. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even sit down. I mean, He sat down and ate half a plate, right? He ate half a Cubs plate. It was like tasty, and left. And they were like, man, he didn't really finish his plate. This is kind of weird.
So hungry, he fractured his finger. No.
Yeah. Bad joke. Oh boy. He hurt his calf running to grab the dinner rolls. But no, my wishbone would be, again, pie in the sky of a front line, and it could be Amai. I'm cool with a guy like Amai. If it's Amai and Bregman, I still think my wishbone wish is fulfilled to some sense. But I want a double tap from the Cubs. One major player on the pitching staff, one major player from the offense. Take this 92-win team in a division where the Brewers aren't spending any money. The Cardinals are slashing payroll. The Pirates are claiming to spend money. I don't know. I'm in this town right now. Let's see how that rolls out. And then, the Cincinnati Reds, we'll see what happens. But that would be my wishbone, the double tap.
Yeah, I just say 2 full plates. Give me 2 full plates. I hope that one plate is Schwarber, and I hope the next plate is Cease. But if it's something close to that, as long as it's 2 full plates of all the good stuff, that's what we're really hoping for. All right, it is time. Everybody's been waiting for this. It is the Cubs giving Thanksgiving draft.
Here we go.
Now, wait a minute here. What's going on? Sean putting himself with the first pick. This is some BS.
What? What's wrong? I thought you were a gracious host.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't
I
you
see
want
I see what's happening here.
guests to feel comfortable?
I can roll.
Luke?
I can roll with the punches. I know how it is.
What punches? What are you talking about? I'm not trying to.
You can't draft Ohtani now.
Punch.
What kind of family do you have?
It's my thing. It's my thing. You know. But
do you want to go first? I made a graphic that has you first.
I wonder if this same draft will happen on the Sox podcast later. Maybe we'll just do it twice.
I'm going to talk about baseball in a weird way.
All right. What do you go ahead, Sean? Make your first pick.
Hold on.
It can be anything.
Look,
anything associated with Thanksgiving. It doesn't have to be food.
Joey, you are the middle person here. Who's picking first? Because I made one. I can make we can do whatever we want here.
I see the arrow.
I think this one looks nicer for some reason.
I think we're gonna give this one. We're gonna give this one to Luke.
Damn.
We're gonna tee him up so we can take the Ohtani of Turkey, or the Ohtani of Thanksgiving, as per usual.
I didn't
just remember it's a snake draft.
He doesn't have the graphic made. We can't do it.
I have the graphic ready.
No, he made a different one to tease you. I think that's what it was.
Okay, all right.
To get you shaking.
All right. Well,
so I would have went with it if he gave me the first pick, but he whined like I thought he would.
Well, I was thinking about originally. I thought maybe I should pass it up and take the number 3 pick, but I can't because Joey already touched on it. And frankly, the first pick every year has to be this because it wins the draft automatically. For me, I get all the leftovers.
Yeah.
I get every leftover. I'm taking everything home with me. I'm taking the turkey. I'm taking the dressing. I'm taking the stuffing. I'm taking the gravy. I'm taking the mashed taters. I'm taking all the apple pie. I'm taking all the pumpkin pie. It's all coming with me. The number 1 pick in the Thanksgiving draft should always be the leftovers.
Even if you don't finish your plate, you have to turn in the food.
Leftovers.
Put it in the bag.
We talked about that second meal. I went.
It's like a bank robber. Put it in the bag.
I went for the Winter Classic one year. The Blackhawks were in the Winter Classic in D.C., and I found this little sandwich place that made Thanksgiving dinner sandwich was like one of their specialties. Oh. And it was, I'll tell you, it's the best sandwich I've ever had.
Yes.
Fresh carved turkey from a real turkey breast. Full turkey, dressing or stuffing, and then cranberry sauce and gravy. And it was amazing. So I'll take all the leftovers.
All right, I'm up next. I got the number 2 pick. And I don't know if this isn't a Darko Milicic pick, right? But I think this could shake the foundation of what we know as a Thanksgiving draft. And a shout out to Mr. Greg Braggs Jr. is going to enjoy this pick. And number 2, just shout out to the meal that I'm going to be consuming tomorrow that is going to be expertly created and cooked for me. Okay. And I'm doing jack nothing for it. So this is a shout out to that. I'm going ribeye. Ribeye steak.
Wow.
Not ham, not turkey. I'm going ribeye.
Wow.
Give me the red meat for my Thanksgiving. I still got time to take turkey on the back end. I could double meat if I want to.
Wow, that's something.
But I'm not a ham guy. I feel like going turkey in the first round, maybe a little cliche. And some people are kind of like turning on turkey as the years go on, which I love turkey. Don't get me wrong, but shout out to ribeye steak. I've had it a couple times on Thanksgiving. It's like a bridge to Christmas.
Doggone, never thought of doing that. All right. What's Sean get? Sean gets 2 picks here. So
hi.
I bet he didn't expect a ribeye to go number 2.
No, I didn't. And I didn't want ribeye. So I just am really more worried that I'm forced to take a meat. But I am going to take the king, I think, of Thanksgiving, even if the turkey's overcooked, even if you're going with the ham. Hey, maybe the ribeye's just done a little bit too much. People like a ribeye real red, okay? Maybe grandma left the cheesy potatoes in the oven too long, okay? What's always good is football, whether it's the 3 NFL games or the Egg Bowl. I think that they still play Ole Miss and Mississippi State. I'll watch it in the basement. I don't care. I'll take the second TV. I will take a football.
Very nice. Very nice. Football is a good one. You can't have Thanksgiving without football, and we'll get the Bears on Black Friday.
True.
I kind of like that. Not on Thanksgiving, but still on the weekend.
I don't like that it's at 2 p.m. though. I'm not a fan of. I thought it was going to be Friday night, so I'm not a fan of like. I have stuff to do at 2 p.m.
Right.
I mean,
it's
watching
kind of
Bears,
it's right in the middle of everything. Like you have to wait for it, but also it's not at night. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Thank goodness
you're still up, Sean.
I know I'm still up.
Okay.
Luke was going to say something.
No, go ahead.
Joey's rude. He doesn't manners. I can't. I'm glad I'm not going to his Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? I think that meat will still be on there some way or form, but honestly, I could just eat a whole plate of sides. I'm not too upset. I'm assuming that I'm not hosting Thanksgiving, so I'm going to have someone drive. I'm drafting someone driving. Okay, I'm not driving. Yes, not even a designated driver. Not even in that way. But I'm gonna unbutton the jeans.
Driver.
Oh yeah, just a driver. I'm drafting a driver. Someone else driving is what I'm taking. Second round.
Well, and once you're that uncomfortable, that's probably a good idea. You know, when you're that stuffed, nobody wants you behind the wheel.
I see where this is going, but and I could go down that path, but I feel like there's still going to be some crucial things left on the board. I got to stick with food here for right now. Look, this isn't a staple, a Thanksgiving staple, but it ends up at every Thanksgiving, and it ends up getting destroyed and obliterated every Thanksgiving. I'm going to go with a great baked mac and cheese.
Ooh, yeah.
With a bread crumble on it. Do whatever you want with it. Just it always finds its way into a Thanksgiving, and everyone always goes for it, and it's nuts. It doesn't end up on the poster of Thanksgiving, but I'm going mac and cheese.
It's too specific. Yeah, I'll just give you mac and cheese. We're not putting baked mac and cheese.
We don't have room for breadcrumbs on the graphic. Very nice. So now I get 2 picks. Interesting. Yes. I've already won with the left.
Crucial.
But it is not Thanksgiving, despite Ribeye Boy over there in Pittsburgh. You got to have 2 things. You got to have turkey and taters, baby. Turkey and taters. Bang, boom, left. I get all the leftovers and all the turkey and taters. Mm-hmm. This ball game is over, as Hawk would say back in the day.
I knew passing on the taters was not going to swing back around.
No, I wasn't going to pass on mashed taters because
there's no way.
I could pass on if I had to. I can pass on stuffing, but I can't pass on taters.
So that's the thing it's like if I had a queue or this was an auto draft, it would auto draft stuffing for me. I'm going to go stuffing here and keep this super easy, super simple. It can be made in a bunch of different kinds of ways, but it's always delicious and it is unique and special. It has a uniqueness score, Luke, of 99 on Thanksgiving. I'm going with stuffing.
Okay. Do you want me to open it up so others are on there? Do you want me to go just specifically to mashed taters? Leave the cheesy potatoes out there?
You could be au gratin. You could do whatever.
Yeah, Sean?
I was going to ask that because I put, as you see here, and Joey obviously quickly drafted stuffing, so this is not up there. But I put taters.
I think that's fair. I'll go mashed taters.
Okay, we'll have a colloquial understanding of what taters are. I'm going to pretty much, I don't know if I could say this word. I'll bastardize 2 of your options here. I'm going to take cheesy potatoes then. We'll take cheesy taters. Aunt Mary used to make a mean dish of cheesy potatoes, and they're like the cubed hash brown ones with a ton of cheese over them. Tell me that's not good. I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna take.
Oh, this is big. This is a big pick.
This is not a good pick.
Because I really quick, as of right now,
idea. Do you feel the pressure that's building inside of him right now? It's like the gas with Thanksgiving dinner.
Right now, someone is driving Sean to someone's house where he's going to watch football and just eat taters.
And this is
Friday.
Hold on. And just to make it a whole meal, right? Like, I mean, I don't even know if I need turkey. I don't know if I need ham. I will take cheesy taters, and then we're going to go with pie. I own pie.
Not all pie.
I own pie, baby.
No,
I'll
want
bake your square.
specific
Call
mashed
me
potatoes.
Baker
You can't take
Square.
all the pie.
A pie.
Damn it.
I own pie. Think of a different dessert.
All right. Well, then
Pie.
you
You get all the
pecan.
leftovers.
You get
That's
pecan pie because it sucks.
No, I get pie.
That's
Pie.
tough.
3.14 and baked goods.
That's tough. Okay.
Ha.
So I might get some pushback on this one, which is fine, which is fair. Pushback if you must, if you will. But so when I go to a Friendsgiving, and I would go to Friendsgivings all the time in Los Angeles for years because I wouldn't fly home for Thanksgiving. And I would make this, I would use sweet corn, I'd use regular corn, I'd use some butter, a little sour cream, and then mix it all up and then bake it into a cornbread to create a casserole.
Oh, yeah.
So I would like to draft casserole, any kind of casserole.
Oh.
But if that's not allowed, I'll just take a cornbread.
Sure, you want to, but like casserole, that also comes with the aunt brought a casserole and you're not sure what's in it. And all of a sudden there's some cornflakes and some kitty litter.
There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going with a cornbread. Maybe I'll just go with cornbread then. Because I love a dinner roll. I love a carb. So I want something on the side. I want something that I can mix in or sop up or kind of mix in with all the other stuff going on. So I'm going to take a cornbread.
As the graphic maker who already put casserole, this is the situation where you have drafted casserole.
All casseroles.
You get all
broccoli
casserole. Good and bad.
Mixed meat casserole.
Back of the can casserole.
Watery casserole.
Yeah.
You get all of them.
And apparently the cat litter Jello casserole that once had Luke in the 70s.
You guys,
man, they were really making anything back then.
Yeah.
You got some relatives letting you down, man. Casseroles can be amazing. Sweet potato casserole, green bean casserole, cornbread casserole. Roll.
Captain Casserole. Christopoulos.
Rockin' casserole.
Christopoulos family is full of their big casserole family.
Just a bunch of casseroles. Every single one of them.
What a bunch of casseroles those Christopouloses are. What? All right. So now I have 2 picks to finish off my draft.
Yep.
And I already have all the leftovers, all the turkey, and all the mashed taters. I'm going to take afternoon nap as a pick.
Oh, that's good.
Afternoon nap. And boy, the last one is tough. I got it. A la mode. Wow. Sean can have all his pies. There's no ice cream.
Wow, we've got a standoff now between pies and ice cream.
Excess pies, those pecan pies, they've got no ice cream. They're dry, and you're going to choke on those pies. Happy Thanksgiving to you, pal.
Again, I'm not 50, and my teeth have not let me down just yet, Grandpa. And here's the thing. I mean, I'm mainly just taking pie to be rude. I'll just eat the pumpkin pie. That's creamy. You can put ice cream on top, but you're not drafting whipped cream. Okay, so whipped cream and pumpkin pie. I'm good, pal. Here is the current draft as it stands, Joey, just so you know. Leftovers.
What a landslide it is this year.
And we'll see what the chat says. Leftovers, turkeys, taters, afternoon nap, a la mode is owned by Luke. Ribeye steak, mac and cheese, stuffing, casserole currently for Joey. And then football, someone driving, cheesy taters, and pies owned by me.
Someone driving.
Take us home, Katie.
So here's the key, right? Is that I already took casserole, so I already think I filled out my section. I was gonna select political uncle, but you know what? I'm not going to this year. I'm gonna skip political uncle. This year
uncle means less Christmas gifts. That's what happens there.
Also means awkward, deafening silence.
Yes,
for multiple seconds.
You have bad casserole and a terrible uncle. You have
I can't. No, that's what I'm saying. I already did casserole, dude.
Joey's gonna pick the crazy dog nudging your nuts for leftover food. That's what he's gonna pick now.
No, I'm going Zubaz, which is a version of sweatpants. Zubaz, Zubaz. I'm not wearing jeans. I'm wearing something stretchy. I'm wearing something comfortable. I'm not doing I'm not loosening the belt. I'm not you know what I mean? I'm not at that point in my life yet. So just take it out of the equation. You know what I mean? Like,
do you own Zubas? Actual, authentic Zubas?
There's no way he doesn't. There's no way he doesn't.
First of all, I own 2 pairs.
Yeah,
and second of all, I packed one of them and I'm wearing a pair of them on Friday in my in-laws' living room. Well, the Bears either break my heart or they send me to the
There's Zubas. How about that?
He's an 80s kid. Of course he owns Zubas. I mean, yeah, he owns a starter jacket and he owns Zubas. Did I spell that right, Joe?
You nailed it.
Okay, plural, because again, you own multiple. So you own all of the
plural. So I brought 2 just in case.
I'm going to go rolls. Corey said it in the chat here. He gave a specific brand that's sponsored by the doofus Manning Eli brothers, Peyton and Eli. I'm just going to take that type of rolls. I'll also take butter rolls. Here's the thing. I could eat that before dinner. They're already warm. They're already ready. I could eat them during dinner. They're already ready. Obviously, they're still warm. Slap some butter on them. After dinner, you know what's readily available? No one's eating all the rolls. Those heat up very nice and well. So I'm taking rolls. All right. We're doing very carb heavy. Pies, potatoes, and rolls. We're going to fall asleep during football, baby.
I love it.
Yeah, Corey says brioche, butter rolls, King's Hawaiian. It's all good. You could take those rolls, warm them up just a little bit, and make yourself little mini turkey sliders later.
Well, and that's the thing. Well, you can do that. No one drafted ham. So that means at some point there's got to be a ham slider made. I can't make it for leftovers, but like in the packing of like when do leftovers count? I think you're thinking the next day.
No. That night, you know? Like one of my favorite meals is that if you do Thanksgiving at like 1 or 2 or whatever, and then you get a little football in you to wake up from your nap and you're like, I could go for a turkey sandwich with some butter slathered all over some bread and throw some turkey.
Prime time. Yeah, prime time meal.
Prime time leftover start that night.
You're really doing a Thanksgiving lunch at 1?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So that way I get 2 meals out of it.
When do you roll, Sean? Yeah, because it's like a 2 or 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
for a lot of my family stuff. It's an early.
Yeah. No, it's dinner. So like maybe 5, maybe 6, but usually it's dark out.
Well, that could be 4:30. You know, is there anything we left off that you wish? If it was an all food Thanksgiving draft, I would have put cranberries because I like the cranberries with the leftovers and on the sandwich, not the canned stuff, but homemade cranberries. I am in on that.
Yeah, I'm in on it with you. I agree with Corey. Corey, a well-done cranberry sauce brings an acidity, brings a sharpness, and it can, cut through the sweetness of a ham, but also it can make the dryness of a turkey, because turkey's tough to cook. Not even in a bad way, but, some of the inside meat, that can liven up some of that kind of bland turkey meat. So, I'm with you with cranberry sauce. I'm
just shocked. I'm just shocked no one took political uncle. I'm wildly
in this current climate. This is where you're taking this. We have 3 minutes left.
Any climate. Never take political uncle.
Forget political uncle. What about neighbor? What about neighbor that nobody knows? Somebody invites over the neighbor from down the street. They had nowhere to go.
Or too early in the day drunk aunt. The wine aunt. Well, how about that one?
Well, I had that one.
She brings the casserole, most likely.
I had that one, and it was like a second cousin of my other family. So it was real weird when the drunk other family member showed up. I think that's a heartwarming story of inviting a stranger. I had one and then completely lost it.
Inviting a stranger could have been on there. That would have been nice.
You don't have to name names, but did you ever invite a significant other to a Thanksgiving? Because I never did. I had some friends that tried to pull that off, and that's like a high octane environment to bring an early significant other into a situation.
You're talking about not a wife, not a
fiance, and you're not living with them. You're just kind of dating. You know what I mean?
No, it's a terrible idea. They got somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Unless they're the neighbor down the street who just happened to date her.
No, I started dating my now wife in September of 2014. Boy, and you know what? And maybe why I'm married to her. I tried to explain to her. I said, it's not about it being too soon. It's just, that's not the right.
Right.
We're not putting ourselves into that pressure cooker.
You're not ready for drunk uncle just yet.
Yeah.
You're not ready to see my mom with her shoes off.
Over political uncle, I'm drafting silence. We don't even need to talk this year. Okay, let's just eat and let's just be glad that we have who we have. Okay,
No one drafted silence.
I'm drafting the coat closet. It's warm in there.
Just to hide in there.
To hide in there. It's warm in there. It'll keep me company.
Nobody did Sunnyside. I thought
more filled
Sunnyside
out.
would get picked.
Oh, that would be a good call.
Today I don't need enhancers, but wouldn't be bad with an enhancer.
Well, you got a driver. You got a driver.
You got a driver.
You've hired a driver for a year now, and somebody just bring it, shuffle you around everywhere. Hope Braggs knows it's him.
Yeah, he's chauffeuring people around because he hates Thanksgiving food.
We never got to our good, better, best. So we could save that till Monday if we want. It's leftovers, Thanksgiving leftovers. We could do our good, better, best.
Yeah, I might have to rearrange one of them depending on what maybe happens over the next couple of days, but I'm cool with that.
Nobody took booze. Nobody took a sip of booze on there, like a glass of wine to go with Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I love a good cocktail, and I probably will imbibe tomorrow, but like you're eating so much food.
Yeah, I don't want to fill up on anything liquid. I take very small sips of water.
It will sink you to the bottom of the ocean.
I don't drink, so it didn't go. I wasn't thinking about it. I thought about just taking drinks, but then again, I'm only drinking Diet Coke, so I took pies.
Pies, all of them, without the ice cream or the custard, because I took a la mode and all the leftovers. And I win again. We'll put it out on social media. Let us know if you want to tweet us what you would have taken in your draft.
Please.
Let us know. Thanks for everybody. Make sure you have a safe and happy holiday season. CHGO Cubs will be back with our next podcast Monday at 2:00, where we will do our good, better, best, never let it rest from Thanksgiving. And we'll talk a little bit about maybe expectations for Cubs and exceeding projections or not meeting projections, which would be even worse. Thanks to everybody out there. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody in the live YouTube chat. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Joey, travel back safely. Sean, thanks from home. And we will see you next time. Until then, fly the W.
Thankful.